So the question is I greater than 0 or I less than 0? And we're referring I to equal the square root of negative 1, by the way, imaginary number. So let's say that I is greater than 0. Let's just make that assumption, and let's show why that can't be the case. Multiply both sides by I, so we get I times I is greater than 0 times I. I times I is I squared is greater than 0 times I, which is I squared. But here's the problem. If I is equal to the square root of negative 1, that means that I squared is equal to negative 1. And we know that negative 1 is not greater than 0. So that's a problem. So then you might say, well then, Dr. Miller, I is less than 0. Well, here's a problem with this one. If I is less than 0, let's go ahead and let's multiply both sides by negative 1, flip the sign, right? That's a basic property of inequalities. That we have negative I is greater than 0. Then let's multiply both sides by negative I, and we get negative I times negative I is greater than 0 times negative I. Okay, well negative I times negative I is I squared, which is greater than 0, and we get the same problem we just had. Negative 1 is not greater than 0, so that's a problem. So right there, we can't show that I is greater than 0, we can't show that I is less than 0, so the question is, what is it? Comment in the comment section.